Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Here we have the Interplanetary Mark VI, also known as the Eve Explorer attempt number 2. And we have just about the most perfect departure window I've ever had on one of these ships. We come out with a 55, if I pull this off exactly as scheduled, we come out with a 55 million meter periapsis over Eve. So how cool is that? So I'm more or less locked on my departure node. All I have to do is time warp for another, probably need to give myself 2.5 minutes for the burn. So we'll fire off at T minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds, since this thing of course hasn't calculated our departure time. But that's okay. The engines on the upper stage have already been shut down, so we should be good on that front. And yeah, so with any luck this will be as easy as pie. It's amazing how fast you go around these planets, you know. You think about how much distance you cover in minutes. Alright, 30 seconds, or sorry, now it's 30 seconds. 2, 31, SAS on, RCS on, full throttle to the engines. A little sooner than I really needed to, but not inappropriately. I of course activated the middle engine because it needs all the help we can get. So, as of this recording session, the new version of Better Than Starting Manned has just been released. It's just the first iteration. So, at this stage my plan is I want to buy the next science tech in this and do a couple of experiments with it just to familiarize myself with the next pieces of science. There's the Cupola module, which is a long distance life support unit, and the biometrics lab, which will turn our Kerbals into science units. So I want to just fly those around the Kerbin neighborhood, maybe do a figure 8, a shot out to the moon with it and back, just an orbital return. And that'll be in the next week or so. And then from there, we'll see how things are looking for the new release and decide if we're going to update right away or do a few more missions. But the contract Better Than Starting Manned is coming soon, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be quite different from stock based on the initial reviews I've seen. Flowerchild's already significantly altered the gameplay of this version. At least he's trimmed out a whole bunch of stock. He's definitely made science a lot harder to achieve in his version than it is in stock, because I gather in stock 0.24 you get science for doing contracts, and he's mostly removed that for balance reasons. So it shall be an interesting challenge. And one that I'm actually really looking forward to, because it'll be the balance between science and money to operate my program. Alright, it's coming along very nicely. No issues so far. We are right on our mark still. This thing's... it's a good ship. I'm really happy with this ship. So, yeah, minute 30 to go. Amazing how long it takes to break the Kerbin solar system. A little bit, just a little adjustment. There we go. Now hopefully it's primarily, yeah, it should be taking it from the lower stage. Minute 7 seconds to go. Yeah, so it'll be, there'll at least be a couple more episodes. I'm thinking sort of leaning towards 2 or 3, depending on how things play out. I'm also having a lot of fun with this particular series, and I'm not quite ready to abandon it yet. But at the same time, I am really looking forward to the next version. So it's going to be a significant change because he's included a whole bunch of changes to that he's been planning for the next time a save game break comes around. 30 seconds to go. Got to pay attention here. So far, so good. Let's just adjust our orbit ever so slightly. There we go. Excellent. Alright, we've officially broken orbit. 20 seconds to go. 16, 15. Sorry, just paying attention here. Don't want to miss my mark. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How'd we do? We have a functional encounter. It's not... Oh, no, we'll stop right there. Right there. We'll do some tweaks to put us more on the mark. The important thing is we have something that remotely resembles a encounter with Eve. Something that we can then adjust further with any luck. Let's see what happens if we... I'm not sure we're actually adjusting the right orbit right now, so... We want the orange one. Come on. Let's see what we need to do to get ourselves a better... No, we probably need to come at it faster. Nope, that's further. That's definitely dropping it. Okay, we just need to slow down a bunch here. And maybe... Do we need to adjust our normal? Yeah, a little. Because we're definitely at an eccentric angle of arrival. That's quite a significant adjustment. 31, 30. No. That's about as much of that as we'll need. Bit of that. 15, 10, 6, 4, 53-second burn, and that'll get us into a nice, close 4,000 kilometer orbit. Cool. Okay. Or, although it might be, if we have a let's just get out there and see what it looks like. Maybe we'll just burn. No, we do need to burn just a little closer. So let's, we'll just do a normal burn. Yeah, that'll make a pretty big difference, and maybe just a bit of prograde. Let's see how we're doing now. Not quite ideal. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh, yeah, no, okay, we're good. You go right there. Yeah, we're definitely coming in at a bit of a high angle here, so we are going to have to drop our normal a little. That'll give us a longer window as well. Nice, that's actually pretty good. Want to come in slower or faster? Slower from the looks of it. Yep. Nice. That'll bring us in nice and close. That'll do. Okay. So I just have to do some orbital management, and we will make our flight. And I will pick up with you guys when we are back in the game. When we are almost at Eve. Alrighty, we are 7 hours away from our node, which I have tweaked ever so slightly. To give us it's a 40-second burn to give us a 4,000 kilometer periapsis, which is pretty good. It's a bit of an odd angle of burn, but that's okay. The important thing is it's going to get us nice and close to the planet, so we need to burn at T-minus 20 seconds. 1,000 times normal. We'll slow down. That time warp always makes me just a little nervous. I know Kerbal Alarm Clock's been suggested several times, but I just never gotten around to installing it. And alright, 100 times, so we can go a little faster. Slow down. There's something about the extra strain this gives. Keeps me focused more often than not. So T-minus 20 seconds, we will start our burn. 5, 3, 2, 1. Full throttle to the engines. There we go. SAS on to keep her locked. Because right now our orbit actually misses the planet a bit. There we go. 20 seconds to go. All that really matters at this stage is that we are locking it into a nice close orbit for our final burn. Whoops. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Kill it. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Next stop. Unset the target just to clear up our nav a bit. Eve periapsis. Just pull her into an orbit. Come on. Come on, orbital. Okay, I must have done something wrong. What the heck have I done wrong? I probably have that on the wrong orbital segment, so let's put it there. Drag it to there. Hopefully that's more or less right. The important thing is that it's setting the time I have to, more or less the time I have to burn. So let's quick save. And let's bring ourselves in closer to Eve. I wonder where it is. Coming in at a bit of an odd angle here. Alright, we are now in Eve space. There it is. Yeah, I thought that might be wrong. Just a hunch. There we go. A nice oddball eccentric orbit around Eve. One that is definitely going to cost way more fuel than I currently have in my current main stage. But that's okay, because that's why we have 2 stages. So we will. So this is going to be a careful. So we're going to burn at 1 minute and 30 because we're going to have to spend a couple extra seconds setting our new setting these, because these engines are currently off. I've disabled them at the moment because of apparently once they're on no matter how you've staged your ship. So we just need to quick save and bring her in nice and close. Let's find this planet. There she be. There's Eve. Okay, here we go. Coming in nice and fast now. 2 hours to go. 1 hour to go. Till our closest approach, which is going to happen at the 1 minute and 40, maybe even 1 minute 40 mark. Quick save, just to save me time later. I may be slightly paranoid about crashes as well, with the issues I've had with stuff like Skyrim. I'm just playing her safe. Playing it safe. 2 minutes. So these engines are not going to last long at all. Here we go. But at the end of the day, the important thing is that we here we are. Might as well make use of a little bit of RCS there. And we're gonna burn out here in just a couple of shakes. And we're gonna need to kill the engines before we start up our engines. So hopefully we can do this nice and fast. Okay, kill the engines. Discard the lower stage. Activate 1, 2, 3. I forgot to set up groups for this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Throttle up. Excellent. We missed our window just a tiny bit and our burn's slightly longer, but we should still be able to pull this off, more or less. The important part of this is to get in orbit around Eve. And it should be eminently doable with these parts. The only real unfortunate part is now we've got another chunk of rocket debris flying through space. Have to wonder, how much debris like that does NASA left out? Or are they much better at planning than I am? Honestly, space around the sun here is really kind of hazardous thanks to my approach to everything. I'm getting a nice curl starting here. I wonder how much trouble it would be to get to the sun. Just an interesting thought, that's all. Oh, we are officially in orbit. Pull that orbit down nice and tight. I contemplated trying to get science from Gilly while I'm at this, but I really want to keep my eye on the ball, so to speak. Getting down to the surface of Eve, just to say that I did, to see what it takes and all that jazz, is the important thing for me, for this mission. Still 2 minutes to go here. Of course, we're not exactly at an ideal point to burn at this stage. This was the periapsis, but we're still burning retro. It's still looking good. We might just kill our burn here in a minute and burn. Well, maybe once the apoapsis is not intersecting. Oh, we're really eccentric. Never mind. You know what? Let's do it the smart way, because that's probably not the most efficient burn. I'm in orbit now, which is the first step. Now let's go here and pull our apoapsis down like that instead, or pull down our periapsis. We'll pull it down to under 200. 150 should do for now. All right. Well, that went well. SAS off, RCS off. We'll come around to our next burn point. I have no idea if this is more efficient or not, but it feels more efficient, so that's what I'm going with. Here we go. Little tumble over towards our target burn. Alright, SAS back on. Okay. 40 minutes to burn. So minute 30:18 means we burn at T-minus 40 seconds. 2, 1, or T-minus 25. So apparently that's when we are. Okay. So far so good. Now hopefully we can manage this for a daytime landing, but honestly since we're not planning on trying to get these solar panels to the ground, my biggest concern is getting down intact. Which means getting as much use out of these rockets before we enter the atmosphere. So we will have to pull off a huge amount of speed to survive re-entry in any significant manner here. Okay. 20 seconds to go. My periapsis is coming down nice and low. And this is a controlled re-entry. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Perfect. And now our last burn will be pull that apoapsis the rest of the way down, and hopefully that will do. Interesting that that's still generating solar. Oh, one panel. It's because we're so close to the sun. It doesn't take much to generate enough to power these solar panels, I guess. Ooh, that was fast. It's a very pretty planet in a crazy sort of way. Alright, let's do a quick RCS flip here. No, come on. Free rotation. Free controlled rotation. In anticipation of another retrograde burn. This is actually going to be more expensive. We're definitely going to use up our entire outer fuel stage for this, which is good. We still have a full tank in that poodle, which is also good. Okay, and SAS back on. We'll do the final little adjustment here. Here we are. What was that? Hopefully I haven't. Let's just quick save. Just in case I just hit something that's going to screw up everything. Alright, here we go. So 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, call it that. 1:20, 1:30. We'll do the job. So in a couple more seconds. Actually, 1:20 should do it. 21. Throttle up. Excellent. What a pretty planet. Have to say, it's a pretty one. Now we are slowing down. Bring that apoapsis number down, down, down. And hopefully we can get rid of these. Well, there's my incident. My Java updater decided at that moment to pop up. You know, I keep disabling the auto update on that thing, and it keeps updating anyways. It's really annoying. At least it was just prompting me to do it as opposed to actually doing it, which I suppose is one step in the right direction. On the other hand, it alt-tabbed me out of my game, which is never a good thing. Okay, so if all has gone according to plan here, so all we're doing is dropping our apoapsis. If we have to miss a window here for whatever reason, not the end of the world. Just about to run out of fuel. Got good use out of these engines, though. Alright. And there we go. The Poodle for the final orbital reduction and preparation for re-entry to Eve. After we round out this orbit a little. Definitely takes a little longer with this other engine though. But it's looking good. We've got a full tank of gas. We have parachutes. We have the ability to remove everything below this heat shield, which is a very large heat shield. Hopefully will be adequate for re-entry if these engines aren't enough to slow us down sufficiently. I have high hopes that they will be. Okay. We're dropping that periapsis down a little more too, which is good. I can bring that down to the point where we are you know, entering the atmosphere or touching the atmosphere. That won't be a bad thing either. We can save a little fuel. Just a bit more. There we are. We're in. I'm going to stop at 80. There we are. Okay. Kill that maneuver. Now we are actually going to hit that lower node here. So we need to prepare for retrograde burning in case we get far enough into the atmosphere for it to actually re-enter us. Alright, so we're quick saving right now and hoping for the best. We're going to take a couple of swings at this if things go horribly wrong. Right, here we go. We're coming down into the atmosphere. And that is beginning to impact our apoapsis a bit. We're going to go for it. We're going to go the full force 4x in this pass. I don't think it's going to quite be enough for this orbit, which is good. But if it feels like it is, because we should just skim through the atmosphere and come back out to the apoapsis on the other side. Ooh, I got to be careful about that. That is very hazardous to do when time warping. Excellent. It is pulling down our apoapsis nicely. It'll take maybe one extra orbit to get to the point of no return, which is not a bad thing at all. No, we're still coming down, actually. I gotta watch this. That, no, we're still approaching our periapsis at speed. I'm half tempted to slow down here and just do it. But I'm worried that it might not actually be the optimal solution here. Well, we've almost bottomed out here. I think. Ooh, it's going to be touch and go to actually bottom out. That's dropping. Alright, well, it's going to be touch and go. We might actually be doing our re-entry now. In which case, we definitely need to prepare to Yeah, I think I think it's going to happen. Yep, we're going in. Okay, so full throttle to the engine, because we need to take a lot of speed off of here. And we'll save the RCS for our final re-entry. Okay, so we are attempting to slow down a lot here. Unfortunately, it means we are also going to hit the ground a lot sooner than I had originally planned. But hopefully, with us still in the upper atmosphere, we can burn off most of this. I think we've already got that one, yeah. Yeah, we do. Hopefully we can burn off most of this speed before the ship begins getting torn apart by the atmospheric impacts. Alright. I don't know what the optimal orbital speed is for re-entry to Eve, but I have a sneaking hunch it's a little slower than this current speed that we are going. We're just going to do as much as we can. We use this whole tank of gas because we have our heat shield. The temperature hasn't gone up. Well, okay, the temperature of none of our other systems is going up significantly. Oh, never mind, I take it back. Some things are starting to get a little hot. Alright. We hit the point of no return a little sooner than I had anticipated here. Come on, engine. Don't fail me now. Those things are gaining... Oh yeah, now we're overheating. We're about to lose it. Yeah, here go our... here go the outer systems. Just as much as we can get out of that engine. Oh! Come on. Oh god. Decouple. No! No! Shoot. Alright, that's what I get for being optimistic. Dang it. Thank goodness for our quick save. Alright, heat shield it is. And heat shield only. Okay, so we know something very important here now, though. This is definitely a re-entry, angle of re-entry. So as soon as we are in the atmosphere, we need to burn that apoapsis down. And we also need to watch as soon as things start burning, we need to get rid of all the extra parts and give this thing a little bit of thrust away from the dying piece of ship. Okay. Full throttle to the engine. Retrograde burning. Lock it on. Full throttle. Okay. This is the part where we hope for the best again. And this time we get rid of our ship before things go horribly, horribly wrong. So it looks like this is where we are landing. That's just the rule. That's the way it is going to be. So hopefully we can slow down an adequate amount to actually land this beast. And if not, I will cry a little. Because we spent a lot of time on this. Again. But I want to say that this heat shield should be adequate for the job. I just have to keep it oriented in the right direction, which of course it lost control. I got a little overly optimistic on this one. Okay. We are definitely coming to the point where we're going to start seeing atmospheric effects. Okay, this one is... So... need to deploy all of this first. Yeah. Before the parachutes. Okay. Okay, well, we're getting as much out of this as we can. Hopefully 2,500 meters per second. That's really fast. Holy smokes, is that ever fast. That temperature's coming up fast. As soon as we see overheating start to happen, we're going to have to get rid of all this stuff. We'll have to kill the engine too, or we're going to be in real trouble. Okay, it's starting. The end is nigh. Okay, get rid of it. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Hope for the best, guys. Alright. There we go. Our heat shield is going to do all the work now, so we just have to hope that that heat shield is adequate to do the job that we need it to do. We'll try and get a little RCS-based assistance going on here too. It feels a little odd the way those are set up, but hopefully it's... Alright, keep it up. Keep it up. I think we're going to be... It's touch and go. Touch and go. Still lots left on that heat shield though. Okay. I wonder what the minimum heat handling of these ships, these chutes is. No, 500. Okay. Whew. Keep it up. Okay, it's looking good. Well, I think we've done it, guys. All we have to do is slow down enough that these parachutes can handle it, which Eve's atmosphere is taking full care of us. It's handling quite nicely for us. Ooh, we should atmospheric analysis. Keep that data. We'll transmit it hopefully when we reach the ground. Okay, I think we're at the point where we could contemplate deploying those parachutes, because this is the speed I deploy them on Kerbin as well, which is good news. We're a little higher than we do on Kerbin, but that should still be okay. Alright. We'll transmit that data. Hopefully that doesn't destabilize things too much as we get towards the ground. Transmit our atmospheric pressure scan. It's looking good. Looking good. Alright, now we want that thing retracted while we are okay, let's turn that nope, we'll keep the RCS on. SAS off. Actually, we should be alright. We should be able to save some fuel. Let's just give us a little more speed reduction here so those parachutes don't get slammed too hard when we reach the altitude of re-entry. Looks like we're hitting the ocean, which is interesting. Hopefully it doesn't mess anything up too much. I really hope it doesn't mess everything up too much, because we really have no choice in that matter at this stage. Review data. Let's get that on its way. Because if we lose something, like if our batteries explode off, I want to at least have that gone. We have lots of time to send it at this stage. I think that's about as good as she's going to get for speed. We're still slowing down thanks to this high-density atmosphere we're flying in. Fingers crossed. It's amazing how hot it's 127 degrees Celsius and rising out there, you know. I just hope that this technology we have here is adequate to survive the nasty atmosphere we've got going on here. I mean, you'd think if it was good enough to survive... Oh god, land is right there. Man, if this thing just had a little bit of motility, we'd be able to go get the land-based science as well. Okay. The good news is We've transmitted 480 science from Eve now. This thing closed up and retracted just in time for us to reach parachute deployment time. It's coming. Not long now. And hopefully it will survive sitting in the ocean. Here it goes. The point of no return. Long gone. Beautiful. Okay. I think we're going to make it. And we're actually getting a splashdown, which means just about the ideal landing. I'm pretty sure it's a splashdown. As long as that isn't molten iron, we should be fine. Yeah, we're going to get absolutely no thrust from these RCS units in Eve's atmosphere. Eve's gravity is just a little higher than that of our other two planets. But that's okay, because we're coming down. Down, down, down. And we'll hit the ground, and hopefully... Oh god, I wonder if we can get... I hope we can get seismic scans while we're floating. Oh, wouldn't that be a killer if we can't get seismic on this planet because we are in the water. Blunk. Alright, you stupid seismic machine. Ow, bugger. Well, 120 science for the Eve's ocean. Well, that sucks. That sucks immensely. Because that was kind of the primary reason we came here. To get that seismic scan. Okay, so I have to be a little more careful about my future landings on Eve. And we will have to be coming back to do a further attempt in the future. Yeah, there's not even enough juice to rotate this thing. No, it's going nowhere. We are going nowhere. Alright, guys. Well, that was not a total loss. We transmitted a pretty goodly amount of science back. So what we are going to do is we are going to go to the Space Center. What? Oh. There. Space Center. Leave the engines throttled up, and you can't go back. I guess it doesn't like it when you leave the game when things are happening. But that being said, 3,500 research. Now, it costs 1,800 plus... We are just short on 2 science items. That sucks. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So, because of things in life and stuff that's happening, we're going to get this biometric sensor array and cupola module and see what kind of operational life it gives us. And we'll see what the biometric sensor array gives us for these crew. So we'll get that, and hopefully from those we'll get a bit of science from our Kerbals, and we'll be able to buy one more tech and see what the what something else is like. But that's all for today. Well, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.